And we're live.
And we're live. That was my cue. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us over here on saveVSgames as we do some one-shots in between our regularly scheduled Curse of Strahd. I'm Jen, the dunJENN master, when I get to wear this hat. Tonight we're going to be running an adventure called The Queen of Shadows. So shadowy, you can't even see it. This is a module written by creator DM Dave. We'll link it in the Discord later after. I don't really... Do you want to do announcements now or later? Now? Later? Now? Later? Now? Now?
We can do it now, Pete, right?
Okay, cool.
Entirely up to you.
Cool. So let's go ahead and get them out of the way because I'm going to forget about them later. So yeah, normally Mondays, Save versus Saves here is Curse of Strahd. Last week we had Nesca one-shots by Lee, who is a player for Curse of Strahd. Super fun Western themed homebrew setting of his. We're doing this Queen of Shadows today, and we'll do another Nesca one-shot next week, and then we'll finish up Queen of Shadows the week after, and then back to our regularly scheduled Curse of Strahd as Greg gets a whole bunch of cool things set up for basically what is Chapter 2 of that campaign, where you can find Pete and Stephanie and occasionally me Tuesdays over on D&D Play 20. Peter does our dragon campaign, Dragons of a Winter Storm campaign, with myself and Dave and Greg. I'm pointing to everyone's cameras so I don't miss out on everyone. On the 9th, on August 9th on Play 20, you can catch Lance DMing the Yora and the Bard Parade series, and shortly after that he will also... The 14th. What's the 9th? Something's the 9th. That's why I'm doing this again. Ha! JK. The 14th, so you're in the Bar Parade, where it's me and Greg and a whole bunch of other friends. And then also the 24th for the Kinkari. Is that what we said?
Yes. The 24th will be the next episode of Kinkari, Arabella, and Sazi.
Cool. Which is
I'm hearing of this.
No, it's not. You have to look through your messages. And Vanessa. And this is actually a super cool celebration for our friend Vanessa here, Angel Deathelson, as some of you guys know her on Discord. Her birthday was on Saturday, and she likes to say that she is 29 years plus some shipping old. So everyone, yay, Vanessa, yay. Happy birthday. Who's gonna give her all the pinches? Whoever wants to donate as many points to give her pinches as possible. That'd be fun. Anyway, I think that's everyone's everything. Cool. I think that's everyone's everything. I hear noise. Where is noise coming from? Oh, there we go. Oh, whatever, Peter. Cool. So tonight's campaign, Queen of the Shadows, it is a horror themed campaign. So just kind of viewer discretion. There are some dark themes. There are scenes of potential torture and character death. So just want to give everyone warnings for that. All of our players, we've discussed, our lines and our veils. We know each other very well, and we have no problems, saying we need a break or anything like that. So that's already been discussed, so no worries there, guys. And unless anyone has anything else to add, we will go ahead and start. Nobody? Guys still hear the music? We will go ahead right?
No, I don't hear it.
No, I don't hear music.
I would like to add something.
Add something.
Somebody might have their Roll20 microphone on because I'm hearing a delayed thing on the stream. So just make sure you're set to nothing and disable on your Roll20 settings, and then hit reconnect. And that's all I have to say. And happy birthday!
Thank you. You might want to update the Pantheon points to have our characters.
Oh, yes, okay. I will do that too. I didn't know anybody's character names. So now I do. And that's all I have to say about that.
All right. Cool. Now we'll go ahead and get started.
Have fun.
Get the music back on. All right. There we go. All right. So we start our adventure in the bright and dirty streets of Medrock, in the kingdom known as. Who wants to try to say the name again?
Begins with a B. That's all I got.
It is. Let me find it again. I had it right in my brain. Spark or something like that. Anyway. Yeah. So we start in the bright and dirty streets of Medrock, where Sarlista, right? Sarlista finds herself trapped in a cage atop a horse-drawn cart, arms and legs shackled in a spread eagle formation, mouth gagged. She's being transported towards the famed Judicer's Hall of Medrock. Although not local to these lands, she has heard tales of dungeons so well known and feared throughout the land that they have earned the name the 10th Layer. Approaching the seemingly upstanding Hall of Justice, she sees walls worked from brick and stone, at least 40 feet high. The courtyard she travels through now is filled with wide-eyed citizens staring at her, knowing that she's marked as a magic user. Guards and other officials and admins hardly pay her any mind. At the foot of the steps leading into the building, Sarlista is her cage door is open. That's as far as I got in my thing. Her cage door is opened up, and she's escorted through the front doors of the hall. My computer is being really slow and laggy. Sorry, guys. Yeah. My Roll20 is so laggy. I might have to stop the music. See how that works.
Yeah, honestly, I could barely hear you over the music.
You can change the master volume in the settings on Roll20 to make it not quite as loud.
Is that better? Let me refresh. It was laggy earlier today too. I had an update, so I don't know if that's something to do with it. So yeah. So at the foot of the steps leading towards the building, Sarlista's cage is unlocked by this man. This, of course, is the renowned Sergeant Dracul the Dragon Cardai. He is the overseer of the dungeon's guard and is feared and loathed by the dungeon's inmates. He's known for being temperamental and sadistic. And Sarlista, do you want to tell us your interaction with him that led you to this
Well,
place?
I was in the tavern, minding my own business, enjoying a nice glass of wine, when the sergeant decided that I was going to be his new plaything. Needless to say, he got knocked out, and I got arrested. So when you see him with a black eye, you can thank me for it. And he might be walking with a limp too. I don't know.
He takes you out of your cage on top of the wagon, and he takes you through the front doors of the hall. They don't seem like much. They're just large oak doors. There are guards on the inside of the doors. So there are guards standing on the outside at the top of the stairs, and there are guards posted inside. Your eyes, again, your hands are bound to your body, and your feet are tied together. You can hardly walk more than, you have to shuffle instead of really walking. And he takes you through the sturdy oak doors inside to the nothing's still super freaking laggy. He takes you through the front doors down to this yeah, I know no one's seeing anything. I can't get my roll 20 to work. Everything is super laggy and it's not putting anything on anything. Sorry, guys.
Sorry.
I was going to do our player introductions a little bit differently, but while I get this figured out, why don't our players go through and introduce themselves and tell us their character, who they're playing this evening, and why they ended up in jail.
Do you want me to reintroduce myself?
Nope. But you can pick who goes next.
Let's go with Lance.
Yes, I'll be playing Dondriel Tuwek Throm. I'm a dark elf sorcerer, and I was visiting from a nearby kingdom, came to negotiate on behalf of my liege, and seem to have found myself in a bit of trouble in some crimes against the crown. So we'll see how the night goes.
And just so everyone knows, Sarlista is a tabaxi monk.
Who's going next?
Go ahead.
All right. Tonight I am playing Mirage Tenebris. She is a dark elf warlock, and she ended up in this prison because she is a bit of a nomad. She travels around from town to town and She was caught by the Night Watch when she maybe stayed to watch the life drain out of the man's eyes that she had just murdered when she should have run away.
I approve.
Pete
So,
or
Dave.
eating
So,
me
hi.
right now?
Dave? You said Dave, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so hi, I'm Quill, master strategist, problem solver, expert in close quarter combat and firearms. That's right, a gunslinger with the heart of a bard. The heart is solid gold, mostly. I'm not exactly from around these parts. Everything you heard about me is true, except if it's bad, then it's all lies. I don't like when people talk about me, slander and all of that. Those that do meet their maker from the deadly end of Alyssa, my pistol. If you're cool, though, I might be persuaded to play you a tune on my lute. I actually won it in a card game. This lowlife who said I cheated found out the hard way. However, he did know me by another name. That's Bard Lord. How I ended up here, I was caught in the mayor's daughter's bedroom. I was looking for information and other things. And that's it.
And me am Koresh. Me work on ship. Captain pick on me because me bigger than him. So me decided me make better captain and me kill him. Crew not want to follow me. But me make them. We attack other ship, but crew not so good. We get caught, and now me in jail. That's my story.
Back to you, Jen.
I can get my roll 20 to work.
Oh.
So here we are. Vanessa, do you see where you are on this map?
I
On this
do.
new map? Okay,
I do.
cool.
And I'm very big.
Yes. Yeah. So Sergeant Cardai brings you down through the Judiciary's Hall, further and further down some awful dank stairs. Everything is brightly lit by torch. Everything is very, very bright. Even considering like you're obviously going down into the dungeons, but there are several torches and everything on the walls. Cardai and a few of his soldiers get you into this first cell here. If I can ever get you the right size, you can take up the whole size, whole cell. And there he takes off. He strips you of your equipment. He gives you a change of clothes, and he gives you one change of clothes, one change of shoes, and that's pretty much it.
I don't need your shoes.
He gives you just an awful vile smirk, and he says, "Oh, that's cute." Gives you an awful evil smirk, and gets in close, and he just says, "That's the last kindness you'll receive here." And he steps out.
Well, if this is the way you show a girl a good time, I hate to see what you do for a bad time.
He locks the door, and he leaves. You are in a cell in a very isolated block. You can hear around you lots of noise coming from. So you are actually on the second level of dungeon. So you had to go through the Judicer's Hall, the first level where you could see the general populace, and then you're down on the second layer, where it seems like it's very isolated. And it's very quiet. You might hear one other voice. You can't really be sure if it's a person that you hear scrambling, potentially rats scrambling around.
Well, I can make some new friends. Yeah, I will just sit on the bunk and start meditating.
Right. As you are meditating, slower and more steadily. Oops. I will go ahead. Y'all, this is frustrating as fuck. I am so sorry, everyone.
All right, it happens.
Why is it happening all of a sudden? I thought maybe it was like my new camera, and I took that off. I thought it was the music, took that off. All right, here we go.
You can put something on Roll20s then. It might not be you.
No, it probably is me. Anyway. So yeah, so Sarlista is just meditating for now?
Just for now.
Okay. How long does she meditate for?
We'll say maybe an hour, and then she'll go. Is there like a window, or is it like straight bars?
You have your cell itself is barely 5 foot by 5 foot. There's no windows. It's very dank. Inside your cell, out in the hallway, it's very well lit. You have a barred metal gate door in front of you.
And I assume it has a lock.
It does have a lock.
Do I see any guards?
There is a guard here in front of you, I hope. Yep. So here is a guard in front of you that is going up and down the block. And every time that he stops in front of your cell, he just gives you an ugly sneer. And when he goes back down this way, you can hear him talking to someone else, loud and broady. And then he just continues his pace back up and forth, or back up and down. A couple hours. You know that when you were, it was getting to be late in the late in the afternoon when you were being transported and processed. So it's getting to be around dinner time. A couple hours later, he brings this thug guard brings you a meal, and if you want to be so kind as to call it that, it looks like slop with maybe some raisins, but you're not so sure that the raisins aren't some sort of
Droppings.
not so edible things. And this is your life for a couple of days. On the second night of your stay, can you go ahead and make me a charisma check?
Yay, with my -1 bonus.
Hang on. You might beat it. We'll see. Okay. So can you also give me a dexterity check? Okay.
Wow.
And can you please give me a insight check? Oops, let me do 2d10s. Okay. So the first night of your stay, in the middle of the night, you definitely hear heavy footsteps coming down the stairs. You are able to, you were, I assume, laying on your bed. Not much else to really do, especially in the middle of the night, especially after a super long day. You hear these footsteps that are coming up to you. And you see Sergeant Kardai and 3 of his thugs on the outside of your cell. They are obviously trying to intimidate you. They come, no weapons, but they're definitely there yelling at you, yelling obscenities, yelling, calling you a dirty magic user.
I just zone out and ignore it.
And when they see that you do not rise to their taunts, they kind of lose interest. The thugs go back to their, I keep calling them thugs because that's the token that Roll20 gave them. But the guards go back to kind of doing their own thing. And Kardai continues to linger outside of your cell. And he tells you, he does obviously have a very black eye. Haven't really been able to notice much of a limp. He does have the black eye, and he tells you basically that he tells you wish Roll20 would work. He basically tells you, don't fall asleep. No one in here is going to save you, and that you basically got a lucky shot in with giving him the black eye. And he goes on about his day. I wish everyone on your second day, you are joined by, let me see if I can get him on. Halfway through your second day, you've been given your breakfast, you've been given your lunch. Have you eaten any of the food?
No.
Okay. So if you don't eat within a 48-hour period, you'll start suffering from some exhaustion levels. If you don't drink anything in a 24-hour
drank.
period.
I just wouldn't necessarily touch the food.
Okay.
And whenever I'm alone, I keep eyeing the lock and plotting.
Okay. On your second day, a couple of guards bring down a hooded figure. And they put him, it, them, they, you're not really sure. It's a dark hooded figure. Put them in the cell directly across from yours. And again, this whole time, you're not really sure if you've heard voices. Or you know that you've been able to hear voices coming from upstairs in general populous area, but not so much anything else. So this is where, it's Ruel, right? Lance? Is that
Ruel.
that's what we're calling him?
Yes.
Ruel? Okay.
Mhm.
So Ruel, you find yourself also in this, you find yourself also being brought down into this second level dungeon. Arms, legs bound.
Please hold for parenting.
All right, yeah, let me go ahead and tell you how you're ball and gagged and chained and about to be tortured while my 5-year-old stands here. But anyway, so yeah, you're also escorted down. Mouth is completely covered and gagged. Arms at your side. You're escorted in by a couple of the guards. Also stripped of all your belongings, given the same set of dingy prison clothes and shoes. You're coming in around lunchtime, so they go ahead and give you another tray of gruel and slob. Yesterday's was orange, today's is green. So where the green comes from in this giant city state, you're not really sure. You're not really sure where the source of the greenness comes from. Guards go ahead, they take all your stuff, they ungag you, unbind you, put you in the cage, shut the door behind you, and leave you. And across the way from you, I don't know, Sarlista, if you were watching or anything like that.
Yeah, I might have been observing.
So after they leave, the first thing that I'm going to do is walk over to the lock and just casually cast or grab it and cast Shocking Grasp. This is see if it will fall off due to the shock.
Nothing happens.
Okay.
In fact, when you try to go to use your magic, it's actually, you can't access your magic at all.
Are you trying to do something over there, mon ami?
I'll turn and look at you, and I'm assuming that you're trying to get out of here as well.
Of course.
Can you see now, Lance?
I have an all black screen.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not getting anything, Jen. That's okay.
Okay.
How far away are the guards?
They are coming up and down. When you were being escorted in, you could see that the hallway was not super long. It looks like maybe if you're lucky, there's 8 to 10 cells. So it's barely,
Mm-hmm.
It's barely 30 feet long. And there's a guard that was posted at the very end, and and then the one that is going up and down, back and forth.
Okay. So I'm going to try this. So seeing that Shocking Grasp did not work, I am going to spend 2 sorcery points, or actually a sorcery point, to turn charm person. Hang on, I gotta see if it's a psionic spell.
So what I'm gonna attempt to do is use my claws to pick the lock.
Are you proficient in these tools?
I am.
Okay, then you can go ahead and roll that.
Do I have an advantage?
I also might be about to restart my computer, guys.
Okay.
Yes, you have advantage.
8. It's proficiency in Dex, if I remember correctly. It's been a
Never
while
mind.
since-
I can't do what I was going to try to do.
Oh, for feck's sake!
For what?
Oh wait. I said feck. It's another way of saying fuck.
I thought that's not what I asked. Say what I said.
Oh wait. Yeah. Oh god. So that's actually a 10.
You go to put your claw in and you break your claw. You break your nail.
Well, that is awkward. Luckily, I have several more.
Nope. I was trying to turn one of my sorcery spells into a psionic spell. I can't do that. I can only turn my other ones. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
As you're trying to do it, you feel a definite disconnect from any of your magic. It's like it's just under the surface, but you're not able to access it.
Noted.
And if Sarlista and Ruel have anything, actually, hang on. I will try to get one more person in here before I restart my computer. We'll see if it wants to do it. All right. Well, let's see. Ugh. On the eve of your second day here, Sarlista, you guys are joined not long after Ruel joins you in the cell across from you. You see the guards escort a very large, very furry creature who is placed in the cell directly or diagonal from you, Sarlista. Koresh, you go through the same process of being bound and gagged, escorted into your cell, given the same dingy prison clothes. Same. Now it's closer to dinner time, so you've been given a dinner tray. The guards lock you in your cell, and one of the guards passing through. Well, there's 2 guards, and each one gives Sarlista and Ruel just really evil, dirty looks. One of them throws an apple core that he was chewing on at you, Sarlista. Seems to be
And I
really
try to
particularly
deflect missiles for
hating
fun.
towards you. Does that cost a key point?
No. Oh wait,
Yeah.
let me check. Does it cost a key point? Check.
No, I don't think it does.
No, I think I just had to roll a D. Technically, it would reduce the damage if there was damage. but it would cost a key point if I threw it back at him. But just for fun, I'll just roll the d10 for fun.
Would have been really cool if that was like a magic missile
I know.
apple or something. So Koresh, you now find yourself in this prison. You have a couple of cellmates. I will leave you guys there for a real quick second while I
Can I ask a
and
question real quick?
start.
Two
Yeah,
questions.
Two questions is all you
Are there any rats in the cell?
There may not be any there right now because you just came in and they would have scattered, but there's definite evidence of their existence.
And this food tray, what is it and the bowl constructed of?
Metal.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, and I will be right back while I try to figure out what is making my stuff not want to work. And you guys can, if you guys want to choose to talk amongst yourself, apple core deflection. Well, we'll just do it this way. Over the next couple of days, you guys are joined by the rest of your party members. We'll just do it this way. First is the first one to join you guys is going to be Mirage.
You're muted.
And as she gets, I'm assuming, thrown into her cell, she'll turn to the guard that threw her and say, I'll gut you first.
Oh, we got the lively one over
And
there.
he takes a very special kind of pleasure from it taking all of your items. All of your numerous daggers and everything else that you might have, locking you up, and he gives you the clothes, and even though it should be about breakfast time, he does not leave you any food. And then the morning of the 5th day, you guys are joined by Quill.
You're muted.
I know. I was telling my Google to stop talking.
Oh.
So Quill, you are the same thing. You are bound and gagged. Coming down to the second layer dungeon. As you were passing through the staircase in the first level, like the general populace area, you could tell that it seemed like things were going almost into a lockdown. You saw some like little brawls happening. You saw lots of guards pinning other prisoners down to the ground. Like something definitely just happened. You can just tell from a lot of the other prisoners' kind of mannerisms and body language that the like things are very, very tense up there. And you are escorted down to the bottom, or to the second level, put into your cell, all of your precious guns and other items, while very different and kind of alien to from what a lot of these guards have seen. There we go. They take your items, give you the clothes, and they give you a breakfast tray, and they go off about their business.
Does it have raisins in it?
Today's meal is actually a really bland yellow color, kind of a khaki color. Everything, there's like a porridge section, and there's like a biscuit, and there's like something that maybe was supposed to be like apple slices, but it's somehow all the same bland old man khaki food color.
Excellent. I dive right in. Don't want to miss a meal.
Cool. Go ahead and roll a Constitution save.
Yes. How cold?
So you take a bite straight into what was maybe apples. You love apples. They remind you of your home. And you can tell that these weren't supposed to be mushy, gushy apples. And you instantly... You go to try to find a place to throw up and realize that there's no buckets, there's no toilets, there's a hole in the corner that may have once been able to drain, but it has been so clogged up with straw and other excrement that it basically just like sits level in the corner of your cell.
I'm just gonna throw up into the middle of where the common area is, right through the bars, and then I'll take a nap.
All right. So now all of our players are in the same area. If you guys, I'm going to go restart my computer. If you guys want to discuss amongst yourselves, introduce yourselves to each other, and I will be right back.
So, Steph, I'm going to reach out. You're going to see me kind of staring in your direction. And then I'm going to pop in your head. Hello.
Is that magic?
No, it's not. It's a psionic ability. Hello.
She'll.
Are you cut off as well?
I don't know who is this? Why are you in my head?
Look across the room, and I'll slightly just show off my other elven features or drow features, and I'll turn my. You'll see me turn my hand, and nothing's coming. There is no. We are cut off somehow.
Okay, so I think if she hears that, she'll back up and she'll try to cast an Eldritch Blast at the bars, and I'm assuming nothing happens.
The same. I can't access the darkness either.
There's something I want to try, but I can't really try it without Jen. So to tell me if it works or not. So
I'll allow it. She's not here. It's okay. It works.
Is it
Roll the
working?
net
My
20
birthday.
XR.
I allow it.
All right. So she's going to try, and so those of you that were watching when the guards threw her in the cell might have noticed that when they took her knives and all of that she was kind of smirking the whole time. And she's going to reach and try to call her packed weapon.
I'm going to say it probably doesn't work because that requires you going into a magical void, but that's a good one. I'm trying to get around it with my psionics and it's not working. other than my telepathic ability.
Technically, Jen is listening because I'm assuming she has this on her phone.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Because I was like, it's technically a packed boon. It's not like magic, you know? If that makes sense.
I would say what she's going with, I would say it probably flickers a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can almost grab it, but it's not there. It can't tangibly manifest. You can't pull it magically from whatever void that
Right.
that's being held in.
Okay.
Kind of like our innate magical abilities.
Mm-hmm.
Like we should be able to do that without any problems, but we can't pull from the surrounding magic to cast either darkness or fairy fire.
Okay. Then she'll just, like, when it kind of sputters, she'll just be like, damn it.
Mm-hmm. It's disturbing. I don't like this place.
Well, all the more reason to get out.
Koresh starts banging his food tray on the bars. Let me out! Let me out!
Well, keep doing that, big one. You might actually have the best chance of the rest of us.
Yes, I'm sure with your banging, they will definitely let you out for that.
Be quiet, little one, or I will eat your flesh.
You can certainly try.
Wish I was conscious.
Are we sure the other one isn't dead?
I don't know. I heard him retch.
Yes, seafood is void.
One less human in the world, it's not going to make a difference.
Is he a
Could
human?
not agree more.
So, what are y'all in for?
I am innocent.
That's what they all said, yeah.
I don't.
I'm not ashamed of what I did. That sergeant decided to be flesh, so he has a pretty black eye.
That's it.
Well, he thought he was a ladies' man. He's barely a man.
I am barely a man too.
All right. So, anyone has a
bugbear.
bright idea how to get out of here?
There seems to be something blocking our connection. I take it you have some power as well.
I may or may not. I usually punch first and ask questions later.
Koresh is going to try to bend and roll up his metal food tray into a club.
First day in, already making.
Already making a shiv.
So by the time that that Quill has joined your team, Koresh, you've been in there for a few days. If you want to still try, and you know that they deliver 3 meals to you a day, and at the end of your meal time, they come back through and they collect your stuff. So if you want to try to bend a metal tray to make a club, you're more than welcome to. As soon as the guard tries to come through and collect your tray,
I was already banging it on the bars, so I may as well try to bend it.
okay, then the guard who comes back to collect your meal, puts his hand through the like the little food slot, doing the gimme hand, looking for your tray.
I throw the bowl at the door. Do I hit him with it?
No, you hit the bars.
Okay. Come and get it, fool.
And he whistles to you, or he whistles over his shoulder, and the other guard from that is constantly our members that have been in here for several days know that there's always at least 2 guards on in view of your like in your hallway almost day and night. And you just happen to piss them off, so they're gonna come in and they will go ahead and tell you one more time to give you the tray, or to give them the tray.
I
Well-
retreat to the back of the cell and stand on the bunk, waving the trail around. This tray, come and get it.
Well,
So your cell, how tall are you?
Okay, I'm stooped over on my bunk. I'm 7 feet 2 inches tall.
Yeah, and these cells are like barely 5.5 feet tall. So you're already super cramped in there. Your back and shoulders probably hurt from being stooped up. Your butt probably hurts because the only way that's comfortable is to be sitting down on the ground. So they'll come in and they'll ask you one more time. They'll tell you that their patient is wearing thin, and you can give them the tray now, or you don't have to eat until the tray is returned. But right now you have 2 guards also standing at the door of your prison. So
Are they armed?
yeah.
Apples.
Well, could I attempt again to try to pick the lock while they're distracted with the rush?
You can roll a stealth check first.
I bang the tray on the wall and I say, I want freedom.
So I do have a question. So
Sure.
I'm right across from Koresh, right?
Yes.
So the guards, are they outside his cell?
Yeah. Yeah, they're not very big. So one is like standing at the door with the door open. So one is, they open up the door, walked inside the cell door. One is right behind him.
Okay. The one behind him, does he have keys?
This one, so this guy came in here, and my roll 20 is still super laggy. So
Yeah, mine, I'm only seeing my cell. I don't even see a full map.
Yeah. The only reason I can see a full map is if I go on Twitch.
Yeah, that's what I'm
yeah,
doing too.
no, I don't think you guys are supposed to be able to see the full map.
Oh.
Just
I figured I'd probably be able to see the hallway. you
Yeah.
know?
Well, yeah, I guess it's like the doors or whatever. Let me see if I can change that actually real quick.
Did I have advantage? Because otherwise it's an 11 for my stealth.
Koresh will toss the tray against the opposite wall to the side of where the door is so that they have to come in and get it. And I will ready in action with my claws to lash out at whoever comes in to get it.
So this guy came into your cell and said, "Give it, or you don't get it, or you don't get to eat
You
it again."
want it? You take it. And I fling it to the side and it bounces off the wall and lands on the floor. And then I wait. Breathing hard, grunting. Oh. I hope you are taking advantage of this distraction here.
No, I was
Yeah.
trying to see if the guy in the hallway has keys.
Yes. Sorry. So He does have keys.
All right, I'm going while his attention is on Koresh, I'm gonna try to reach out and take the keys.
Okay, you can go ahead and roll a sleight of hand.
Do I have advantage on that?
Someone else keeping. Here, let me pull it up.
I'll see if
Mirage has advantage.
Woohoo! All right, so I'm gonna roll a sleight of hand with advantage.
Did I have advantage on my stealth check?
Ugh, only a 10.
So yeah, you go to reach for his keys and you touch his butt. And he turns around towards you and
Wink at him.
grabs your wrist.
And she'll bat her eyelashes at him and be like, "I'm sorry, it was just there. I couldn't resist."
Roll a persuasion check.
Do I have another advantage? I don't think I do, but
No.
No.
And so at least yes, you did have an advantage on your stealth check.
Roll more? Good. Oh, that's a good roll. That's much better. I'll take that 25.
so it was an 11 persuasion.
So he has. So when you reached out to try to grab his keys, and you touched his butt instead, he turned around very quickly and grabbed your wrist. You tried to persuade him that, and bat your pretty little eyelashes, and he doesn't completely fall for it. He puts a lot of pressure on your bent wrist, almost to the point where you feel like bones are about to break. And he smiles just a very scummy, gives you a very scummy smile while applying pressure to your wrist. Feels like it's almost breaking. And he tells you that antics like that from dirty magic users and dirty whatever you are will not be tolerated. And when he lets your wrist go, he kind of chuckles to his friend behind him, who's in Koresh's cage. I'm gonna call it a cage. Cell. And he laughs over his shoulder to his friend, and he says, "I think this one here, this dark one, I think she will benefit from some time in Cardai's little special interrogation room."
That's when I lash out.
Sounds fun.
I rolled a 15 to hit.
So a 15 hits.
It's not
Sorry.
rolling.
Sorry. Hang on to that thought, Peter. Vanessa, Sarlista, what was your 25 stealth? What was it for?
So I could try to pick the block with my claws again.
Gotcha. So yeah, you think you have it this time? You do not have it this time.
Damn it. Wish I had my tools.
I rolled a 4 for damage.
And how are you hitting him? With like
I am
with a claw or what?
claws, unarmed strike.
All right. So he goes ahead and he takes that damage, and you get him right across the cheek. You see the blood spilling down his cheek.
I lick
And he's-
the blood off my claws. I will
And he's
feast
going-
on your flesh.
And he will go ahead and guess what this module doesn't have on Roll20. It doesn't have character sheets.
That explains a lot.
Yeah.
I have a 15 armor class.
Yep. So he's going to go ahead and whistle, pull out a whistle that is hanging from around his neck.
Can I snatch it from him? Bonus
Nope.
action?
You can.
Technically, you get to
try.
attack.
Are you going to try to take it from him?
Oh, I can? What do I roll?
Imagine just like anything else, a contest of strength, I guess.
Okay. I failed.
So you go for
think.
it. Yeah, you did. So you go to reach for the whistle as he's going to pull it to, or going to bring it up to his lips. You try to stand up too fast, and you actually end up bonking your head against the ceiling of your cell. And the thug, as you fall to his feet, he's going to go ahead and take a quick. He's going to take a very strong.
Kick.
I was going to say a kick, but he's going to. Yeah, he's going to take. Yeah, he's going to take a kick straight to your face.
Not my handsome face.
6 plus 8. So it's an 8 to hit, which does not hit. You somehow manage to roll your. Oh, actually, he has advantage because pack tactics. He's behind his friend. Not much better. So he goes to hit you or kick you in the face once. Somehow he manages to miss your giant bugbear head. And he goes ahead and he pulls out, he has 2 attacks. So he's going to pull out his mace and try to bash you on the back of the head. And
Advantage.
Yep. Not rolling well. So again, he misses you. But seeing as you've kind of knocked yourself out, and he's having a hard time getting to you just because you're wiggling around all over the floor, and you disoriented him a little bit with that slash, he's going to go ahead and step out of your cell. And back to, and he says to the guard that was in front of, or that just had the altercation with Mirage, he says, I think this one needs to go to those interrogation rooms also. And he locks your door back up, and they head out. And you guys are, once again, alone, but not really alone. One goes back to his post back here.
So I'm unconscious right now?
No, you're not. You're dazed. You're not unconscious.
Okay. My head hurts.
I'm not surprised.
Is anyone here particularly good or have sticky fingers?
I can be a little sneaky when it comes to snatching.
They wear keys on their belt. And as you can see, these hallways are quite narrow.
My fingers are sticky with blood.
Yes, but we don't need to leave evidence behind. I will just try next time one to walks by me. I will try to slide a hand and try to get the keys.
Sorry, what are you trying to do?
I'll wait till a guard walks by me and try to steal the keys.
Okay, you can roll your sleight of hand at disadvantage because he's already on the lookout for that. Excuse me.
Oh, I hit. That's the same modifier. It's the same It's the same amount, so it's 18.
So you definitely jingle the
No,
keys. but
It would
they
actually
are,
be 25. You did have advantage. Sorry.
so it's just a straight roll.
All right, I'll just re-roll it.
Well, it would be 18 if you had an advantage. Oh well, yeah.
Oh, or I'd rather use 18, but
Sorry, I didn't realize it was a disadvantage. That's
Yeah, because he's already expecting it, and there's literally nothing distracting him.
Mhm.
He might be a guard, but he's no dodo. So within 18, we'll use your first roll. With the 18, you definitely are able to get the keys from, like, you're able to like put your hands on the keys. They are well and truly surely attached to him and do not appear to be moving. So again, he's alerted to what you are doing, turns around, grabs your wrist, does something very similar to what
Okay.
happened to Mirage. But this time, while he has you by your wrist, he says, "Oh, Cardai's little pet, now she wants to start causing trouble." And you realize that this is one of the guards that came through like your first night and was hanging out with Cardai, trying to like intimidate you or do whatever. And he says, "We'll be seeing you tonight."
or you could, or I could do this, and with my free hand, I punch him.
Okay, you can hit. You can roll to hit.
We have a friendly group here.
Well, as stated, this is an evil
Why?
campaign.
No, I didn't want to roll the damage, so ignore the damage because I hit the wrong button. This is why I. Oh, that's a good hit. It's a 23 to hit.
23 hits.
So I'm going to re-roll the damage. So 9 damage, stunning strike.
Takes a key point.
Yeah, I'm using a key point to stunning
Doesn't work.
strike. Doesn't work. God damn.
So you get him good. You clock him once good. He lets go of your wrist. He stumbles back into the door of Ruin's cage. Or I keep calling it a cage. Sorry. Ruel's. A Ruin is the type of duck I have. Ruel's cell door. And he spits. He rubs his jaw and he spits out at you just a big honking mess of spit
take
and
like
blood and maybe a tooth.
I just like take a step to the left and let it pass me.
And he goes,
I like this one.
he takes leave of you guys, and everything is quiet for a while. Maybe I need to turn this off. Everything goes quiet for a while. After you guys have another round of lunch and another round of dinner. Is everyone eating?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get some substance from this.
I would like to investigate the food first.
Go ahead.
All right. 11.
So you're pretty sure that cardboard is not edible, but here they are giving it to you anyway.
I don't think you're going to get any nutritional value from this meal.
I swear they just grab whatever crap they have and just blend it together and say, food! Seriously, we need to get the hell out of here.
Koresh, you actually don't get any dinner.
That's fine. I eat meat.
Cool.
Has our other little friend ever made a movement? Or is he dead?
He was unconscious for a while. I don't know exactly what happened to him. Did the food kill him?
Hello, little friend. Are you dead?
Oh no, am I conscious?
Are you? Have you just been sleeping this whole entire time?
You said I went unconscious, so I just been here unconscious.
I didn't say you were unconscious.
You said you went to sleep.
You
Oh,
said
okay.
you went to sleep as soon as you got
I think
in.
you said I
You've been
threw up and
sleeping
I
for
started to
days.
black out, but okay.
No, I said that you threw up. You said that you threw up outside of the cell
Stage.
doors, and then that's when I went to go restart. So I didn't say anything about you being unconscious. And,
Okay,
and
does
at
dinner-
this point,
does dinner
you've
look
been
any
here for
better?
several days.
Does dinner look any better than what I threw up before?
Same bland colors. Maybe it was supposed to be a sandwich of some type. Maybe some applesauce, and the water has a weird smell to it.
Wow. Yeah, I think I'll pass on dinner.
So, how the hell do we get out of here?
And just as you start talking about that, the guards bring down another gentleman. This one is not being brought down in chains and balls and gags as you guys were. In fact, this gentleman is being brought down to you guys. So he's being carried he has a guard carrying him by his shoulders. He's basically a plank right now. One guard is carrying him by his shoulders, another is carrying him by the waist, and one is has his feet tied to, kind of bound together in his hands. I think you guys can see everything.
Finally, dinner.
This man's face is bruised and bloody. He has a split lip. But so do the guards, you notice, that are currently carrying him down. As they are making their way down this very narrow hallway to throw him into the cell here across from Quill. He's yelling and ranting and raving. He's saying, "I almost did it. We almost did it, boys. We almost did it. We kicked these guards' asses, though, didn't we? We made them earn their money today." And they throw him in the cell here at the end. They go off to attend to their wounds, and he sits in his cage or in his cell, kind of laughing maniacally. He has his back up against the wall, or up against the cell doors. So Quill, he'd be looking like away from you. He's just kind of doing kind of a crazy man, very excited laugh. And yeah. After a couple minutes, when his obvious adrenaline rush starts to settle down, he sighs and stands up, and he looks across at Quill. Quill, are you? How does Quill react to this scene?
Just stare back at him. I'll actually mimic whatever he does.
And he just stares back at you. So let's roll a d20. We're gonna do a staring contest. It's a straight roll. So even though you're pretty hardcore, dude. Actually, I'll let you use an advantage on this if you want.
You do have it.
Cool. So Quill, even though you think of yourself as a pretty hardcore dude, you look into the eyes of this person across from you, and you can just tell that there's a touch of insanity there. There's a touch of something special. It's obvious he's not all there. You're not sure if it's a personality thing or if it's a bad vibe that you're getting from him or the fact that his face is bloodied and he's laughing. But it makes you uncomfortable. And he says,
I'll ask him what he's in here for.
well, he was going to ask you. He's going to ask you what a pretty little boy did to end up down here in the 10th layer of hell.
The 10th layer of hell? Sounds like a prison. It's not just the 10th layer of hell. No such thing. There's no such place.
You're in it. You're in it, laddie.
I didn't do anything. I'm innocent. It was somebody else.
Persuasion.
Me too.
Let's see, what is he? Yeah, I think Greg is right. I think it's just because this map is so big and it's not doing very well on my computer. So yeah, you tell him that you're innocent, and he kind of stares at you for a couple other seconds, and he barks. He gives a mighty barking laugh, and he says, "Aren't we all? Aren't we all? I definitely didn't try to knock over the bank. I definitely didn't just try to incite. Definitely didn't just try to incite a prison riot so that I could get out of here."
Wait, knock over a bank, you say? Tell me more.
Oh yeah. I don't know if you're from around these parts, but in the city, Medrock, do you know that they hold 1/3 of the entire gold reservoir for the whole kingdom? Did you know that? You're in this very city that you sit rotting away up there.
So
Up there,
what would I have known for my failure as trying to get involved with the mayor's daughter?
So tell us how that went.
Badly. I got caught, obviously.
Yep. So you definitely, I'm not going to go into everything that you did to try to get to that position, but you definitely got caught rummaging through the mayor's office looking for information on this bank. And while this is his home office, not his work office, you did not find anything. And when the lovely mayor's daughter woke to find you gone, she started crying and calling for guards, and that's how you were caught. So you did not find much.
Okay. So now I know more.
So now you know that someone here might know more.
What's his name?
Oh, how rude of me! In this place where they try to dehumanize you, treat you like animals, give you numbers instead of names. Instead of Experiment 626, as they call me, my name is Emilian.
Is he human?
He is a human.
Oh, finally, at least a human, other than the other animals in the other cages.
Well, here's the thing, too. Everyone here pretty much has been human. There haven't been a ton of other species that use, or upon a ton of other races, except what happens to be right here in the cell. So right here in this hallway.
And you can fuck off about the animals.
I'm sorry, I don't speak animal.
Oh, I'm so going to punch you.
Well, why don't you get out of your cage and do it?
I've been trying, you little fucker.
So he introduces himself. His name is Emilian. He is a kind of a wiry looking, kind of like a little shit. Very much like a troublemaker. A little bit older. He's kind of, kind of a Napoleon complex sort of thing. But yeah, he tells you he's wiping away blood from his mouth. Yeah. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought. Because you asked him about what he was in for.
Yep.
Yeah. So he tells you that he's in for trying to him and his gang were trying to rob the what is it called? Please come on.
The bank.
The bank, yeah, basically. That's all it is, really. But it does have a name. It's something like super official, Bank of Medrock.
Well, I'll offer my services from what I know about being in the mayor's office. If we can get out of here, I'll join his gang.
He laughs and he says, we always have room for enthusiastic and creative individuals. As a matter of fact, me and my boys, we were trying to get out of here. We have a house in the middle of the city. We didn't get to the. He tells you that during their heist of the bank, they did not get to the gold vaults where there are about 1,000, where it's rumored that there's over 1,000 gold bars, but they were able to kind of knock over the tillers before they got caught, and they were able to get it stashed in a house in the city, and that's why they were trying to incite a prison riot to escape, to go get the gold and get out of the city. He tells you that their plan for escape was to head north to a tavern called the Mannered Bear, because the couple that owns that spot, we go way back. And he goes into crazy grand stories of crazy criminal adventures. And he just kind of rambles on and on and on and on and on and on until someone stops him.
Mirage will ask him, do you know why magic doesn't work here?
Oh, they hate magic in this city. Anything that's different, nothing good has ever come from magic. And this city has never been friendly towards magic or magic users. And so it's been rumored that they have special cells that block all types of magic. And here you find yourself sitting in them. And seeing as you are not a, he can see you, right? You're like diagonal,
Yeah.
And seeing as you're not exactly, the human type, I'm sure they automatically assumed that you were magical, or maybe you did something magical to them. I don't know your story, sweetheart. I just know you look different, so here you are.
And you're not going to find out.
Another one. And he looks back across to you, Quill. Are these all friends of yours? I haven't seen any of you upstairs.
I have not seen any of them before in my life.
He's going to insight check you, because he's going to insight check everything that everyone does, because...
Natural 20. Please hold for parenting.
Bye, baby. Good night forever. Children are so great. They are a gift. They are a treasure. You can't karate chop treasure. Anyway.
I'm glad I don't have any right now.
Anyway. Oh yeah, so he got a natural 20 on your insight, on an insight check. Adorability does not count. He can't see you. So yeah, he tells you all about the plan to get it, the house, the attempted escape. And as he's going on and on and on about all of this, did somebody say that they were doing something? The insight check? Okay. No one knows him. Sorry, guys. My brain is so scattered.
Your guy was doing an insight check.
Yeah,
Right.
your guy was doing an insight check.
To
Right.
see if Quill knew us.
Right. Quillis, do you know anybody here? Do you recognize anybody?
Nope. I've
Eldred?
never seen
Alright.
anybody in this party before.
So he definitely so he believes you. And he goes on to say, I don't know how we're gonna do it from here. Maybe my boys upstairs will be able to keep the riot up. And maybe, just maybe, we will be able to get out of here. And I like you. You look like me. These other ones I don't really know about. But anyone who wants to try to help me get out of here, I might be convinced to split some of the treasure. I might be willing to split some of my boon with you if you help me get out of here.
I'll put my hand outside the bars to shake his hand, but I can't reach anyway.
Neither of you can reach, but he goes to do it anyway.
Social distancing.
Right. And he cranes his head as far as he can. Maybe he can only see Mirage. Are you at the door, Mirage?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then he can see you, and he says, I don't know how far you'll get in this city, but you're more than welcome to try to get out of here with us. You and all you other weird freaks.
Well, I'll certainly be getting out.
I can assure you we can make an adequate distraction if you can get us out.
Me not freak.
No, you're a big, fluffy teddy bear.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now the question is, how the hell do we get out of these cells?
Well, I have an invitation coming up shortly.
Very true.
Yeah,
Very true.
yeah. Do you really want that kind of invitation?
And as you guys are kind of chit-chatting, you guys had lunch, you guys have been hanging out, doing small introductions. A couple hours pass, dinner comes around. This time it's only Ruel. Ruel gets food and Sarlista gets food.
Can I ask a question?
You may try to ask the question.
How wide is this hallway outside the cell?
It's only about 15 feet across. 10, 15 feet across? The squares are 5 feet.
I can only
Like
ask the question if you do in Crush's voice. Sorry.
I could have if you hadn't said it. I have a extra 5 feet of reach. Can I catch him by surprise and lash out and grab one of the guards?
You can try.
What should I roll?
If you're trying to hit him, then
I'm trying to grab them and yank them into the cell bars.
Okay, well you need to do an attack roll. If you're doing anything towards him, you need to do an attack roll.
Okay, so unarmed strike.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A 9.
Yeah, you're having a real hard time.
I
trying
swipe
to
out and I
navigate
miss.
yourself. You actually bash your giant bugbear hand against the. You don't quite aim through the bars the right way, so you actually end up punching the bars of your cage. So go ahead and roll that damage. And you're going to go ahead and take that damage.
Shouldn't the bars take the damage?
Yeah, your hand's going to take that damage.
Okay. Ow.
So you obviously just bruised a knuckle pretty bad.
Oh, Ruel,
Yeah.
looks like you and I are the special ones for this dinner.
There's
The one-
food.
You
Go ahead,
can
sorry, Ruel.
Call it that.
I'm hoping that my friend over there can cause enough distraction when she's outside of these bars to give us enough time to cause an even larger distraction.
Indeed. The better we-
I saw what you tried to do, and it didn't quite work, did it?
Is that obvious?
There's something here that's even tamping more than just normal spells. I am curious though if it will still work once we're outside of the cages. So I'm hoping she can cause enough of a problem to get one of us out.
Yes. If we can at least get one of us, I think we can get the others out. Although the quill question.
Sarlista, as the guards are coming back through and collecting up everyone's meals, have you guys been whispering? You guys just been talking normal across the hallway to each other?
Whispering.
As the guard comes back to take your food things, your tray and your bowl and your cup and everything, go ahead and make those. Go ahead and make a charisma save.
Save
Um,
or just the check?
check. Sorry, charisma check.
Just check. And then it was a dexterity check.
Oops. Yep, and then a dex check.
Ugh.
And then finally an insight check.
Yeesh.
Ouch.
I hate digital dice.
Okay. So as you guys bed down to try and get some sleep, or so the only passage of time that you guys have is these meals. So you're able to kind of still figure out that like what would normally be like a normal sleep cycle or whatever. Sorry, Lisa, as you are napping, as you're trying to get some sleep, Kardai shows up. And Kardai and the other guard that you tried to get the keys off of earlier come into your cell. Do I have, let's see if I can get the token out for Kardai. But in your sleep, they yank you off of your decrepit little dirty mat of a bed. Here he is. And they attack you in your sleep in the middle of the night, and they don't stop attacking you until you are bloody and on the floor and barely conscious.
Who are they attacking?
Me.
Sorry, Lisa. That's not where he is. It's primarily Kardai doing a lot of the hitting, and the thug is kind of holding you down. I assume you have a very long cat-like tail as a tabaxi, correct?
Yep.
Yep. So the thug has you pinned down effectively by like the base of your tail, as you can basically do nothing. You put up a couple feeble attempts to block your blows towards your head and your vital organs. You kind of curl up around as much as you can as they continue to beat you. Everyone, you're more than, it's not a very, everything echoes. You guys can't drink or burp or do anything else without each other hearing it magnified. So you are very well aware of what all is happening.
Leave her alone. Koresh rushes against the cell door. Oh, by the way, are these just bars, or is it a solid oak door with a slot and a window?
No, these are let me see if I can, let me see if they have a description. Oh yeah, these are heavy iron bars.
Okay. I am. Koresh is rushing.
I guess. So they're not. So you have a window. So it's kind of a combination between the two things that we were kind of describing. So it's not oak, but it's a metal door, and it has like wooden or has iron slats that you can like see out of, and then you have like the little iron like flat, like a little dog flat, basically.
To hand the food through.
Exactly.
Koresh is going to rush against the door and try to break it down to try to help.
Okay, you can go ahead and make a strength check against the door.
Lucky 13.
Does nothing. You
Oh,
you hit it very hard, but because it's a very small cell and you're a very large person who's still hunked over, you can't really get a good ramming speed up on it.
unhand her.
Is that the best you got?
The guard lets go of your tail, Sarlista, and Cardai picks you up by the scruff of your neck, basically, and tosses you back over on top of your mat and says, I'll be back for you in the morning if you haven't died.
I spit blood
In
right in
the
his
night.
face. And then
He
kick him
wipes
in
it
the
off.
balls.
He can try. You can roll to hit.
I could certainly try.
And you're going to do it at disadvantage because you've taken quite the beating.
I'll kill you.
Yeah, 25 hits. Roll that damage. Yep. That seems like the perfect amount of damage to do to one man's junk. So you spit the blood at him first, and then you kick him in the balls. And while he's crumpled, he takes a few minutes crumpled over, cursing at you.
Next time,
Well-
learn the word no.
And he goes to leave the cell, but not before using the end of your bent, broken tail to kind of wipe off the blood that you had spit on him. And he exits.
Take his keys.
Locks your door and heads on out.
Oh, I've had worse.
You've had worse dates?
Yep.
Hmm.
I've had worse dates.
Seems like there's a special place in hell for that one.
Oh, yes, and I'm going to enjoy sending him there.
So as the regularly stationed guards continue their perusal up and down of y'all's cell, and the night grows longer. In the you guys have become pretty accustomed to the sounds of the prison. There seems to be an annoying dripping somewhere off in a corner where no one can really see. The scurrying of mice and things unseen in the dark. Every now and then, anyone who's sitting or laying on the floor might even feel something scurrying over their feet. The general rambunctious sound coming from the first story dungeon, like the first story of the dungeon, it's very muted now. It's obvious most people are are typically sleeping at this point. So you guys are able to kind of drift off into a little bit of a lull. Until right before dawn, you guys hear. Let me see if it will play now. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Yeah. You guys, the quiet, relative quiet that you guys are used to most of the time are Koresh, if you want to, while everyone has been sleeping, if you want to say that you've been trying to hunt mice, you can roll me something for that.
Survival.
Survival, yeah. Yeah. So you find one rat. One fat, plump, juicy rat.
Cool. Koresh starts chowing down on it, and he breaks out the rib bones and throws them through the window bars over to see if Mirage is across from you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
See if she can catch the rib bones to use as lockpicks.
Is he doing this without telling her?
I don't know her name, but hey, you.
Yeah.
At this point, you guys have been in these cells for Sarlista. You're going on about a week.
Mm.
And then Ruel, about 6 days. Koresh, 5. Mirage, 4.
So do we all have at least one level of exhaustion then, if we haven't been eating?
Me eat.
If you haven't been eating, because I forgot about that. If you haven't been eating, then yes. If after the first day or so, the first 48 hours, you gave in, I'll leave that up to y'all to see how your character would normally do. But for after the first 48 hours, no food is one level of exhaustion, and then every 12 hours after that is another level of exhaustion. So up to you guys.
I think would have started eating at some point.
Yeah.
I know Jen would have.
Yeah.
I waited 48 seconds to start eating.
I try to get Mirage's.
We've seen the evidence on the floor.
Yeah, it's been sitting there. The vomit's been sitting there for days. No one's cleaned it up. People have been stepping in it, coming and going.
How none of the guards have slid on it?
Nope. They have extra grip boots, I guess, and whatever. But anyway.
Koresh tries to get Mirage's attention and says, will you like lockpick?
I mean, something's better than nothing.
It's sticky.
I've seen worse.
And I will try to toss a couple of ribs to her.
Okay, you can roll me a stealth check first, because the guards are still going up and down the hall every few minutes.
Finally, a good roll. 23.
Okay, and then go ahead and roll me an athletic check to get it through your little bars into her little bars.
Oh, first one bounces off.
I was about to say, can I assist? Like, I'm going to reach my hand out so there's a little distance.
Yeah.
All right.
So go ahead and roll it with advantage.
Okay.
Oh no.
We need more rats.
How many ribs does a rat have?
I
Let's see in
guess
my Google.
5 per side.
32.
Whoa.
32
ribs? Wow.
ribs.
Oh, we're going to be here all night just throwing ribs.
13 pairs of actual ribs, 7 pairs of true ribs, 6 pairs of false ribs, 3 floating ribs.
So, rack of ribs.
But it's also a rat, so they're very small. So I imagine you only have, let me look at this diagram. I imagine you have 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 ribs that would be long enough to be used as a potential lockpick. So you have 4 tries.
Hey!
Each one is going
I rolled a 23.
super cool. So because you failed the first one and it made a clatter, you're going to need to make another stealth roll before your athletic roll.
13. No, I don't. Oh, 20.
All right. So the second rib makes it through just fine.
All right.
Because you succeeded in this
Me
stealth
should play
roll.
baseball.
What is
Because
this
you-
baseball?
Because you succeeded on this stealth roll, you won't need to do it again if you want to throw your third rib, but you will throw the athletics. And if Mirage has her hand out trying to catch them, then
Nat 20, 26.
okay, that one makes it.
So you said there were 3 ribs that he could.
That he could still throw.
All right.
Yeah,
okay,
there
he
were
could
4
still
total.
throw. Okay.
Yeah.
So you only need 2 to pick the lock, right?
I'll try it with these 2. I mean,
Because there's a little meat left on this other rib.
so I
Ribs
guess
up
I'll
in there.
try to pick the lock.
Okay, go ahead.
Do I have advantage? I think I do, actually. Let me check. I do have advantage, so. $23.
Nat
So
20.
Mirage, yep. So Mirage, you work hard, and do you have extensive knowledge in lockpicking tools? Nope. You get hella fucking lucky. You get so lucky, and the lock pops open.
Okay.
But just as soon as it pops open, you hear a scream. And it sounds like it's distant and far off right now. Some of the other inmates all around you, they start your teammates here, party members here. And you all hear this scream. As you are getting up closer to your bar doors, more screams join the sound. More screams create just an awful cacophony of what sounds like screaming and falling and things being thrown potentially.
So does it sound like a riot or does it sound like a slaughter?
Emilian comes up to his door, and he looks around kind of confused, and he says, "No one told me about making any other moves, especially in the middle of the night. But I sure hope this is my boys." The two guard.
Can I make an Arcana check just to see if I can if something just doesn't feel right?
Sure. So a 16. So it's hard to tell down here in the cells that you have basically have figured out or have like anti-magic shields and everything around. I'm gonna kind of use it as an investigation check also, or like as a perception check.
Okay.
You notice that you can hear a lot of human sounds, and you hear these sounds. In between all of the screams.
Would I recognize what kind of sound that is?
You can roll a history check.
Okay.
Is this still the same night as when I got the beating?
Yeah, so you got it fairly early on.
Yeah, I don't think Sarlisa would have gotten to the door because she's just bad. So she probably would still be laying at the mat, not really paying attention.
19 history check.
So while you without being able to see exactly what it is, how much does Mirage know? Well, I guess given her background a little bit, she has some knowledge of ghosts and ghost-like creatures, but you know that ghosts don't typically have a corporeal mass to sound like it's, because you hear things being moved and slammed upstairs. So it definitely sounds like a fight is happening, and you know it's kind of difficult to fight ghosts. But that's your best inclination.
I'll look across at you and I'll see that you're pausing. Can you feel it? That's not natural. What is going on up there?
And Mirage will just kind of whisper under her breath, just barely loud enough for them to hear. Ghosts. And then she's going to wait for the guards to kind of pass their rounds and make it look normal, like nothing's changed, and then she's gonna try and
well, the guards that would normally be here, they also hear all of this all of the screaming, and you know, previously they tried to use the whistle, and you've heard the whistle a couple times from upstairs, so it's obviously how they kind of signal to each other that something is happening, but no one has blown that whistle. So this first guard, hearing those screams, he kind of looks around for the other guard, who doesn't seem to be anywhere to be found right now.
Okay.
And he takes off up to this area. And I just moved my map, and now to get back to it. So he's going, you're assuming, it's safe to assume that he is trying to go up and out to whatever is happening. He's not gone for longer than a few seconds before you hear his scream as well.
Whatever it is, they're attacking the guards. And so I'll leave my cell, and as soon as I walk out of my cell, I'm going to try and call my packed weapon.
Again, you can feel that flutter. That flutter of your magic, and you can feel where it's calling you towards, and it's calling you up and out towards this sorry, I'm trying to get my thing to work.
So like it's the whole cell block, it's not just the cell.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So
all right, and she'll be like, damn it. She'll be like, it's the cell block, it's not just the cell. And then she's going to, she knew Sarlista is good with a lockpick, so she'll go over and try to give Sarlista the lockpicks to open the lock to her cell.
Koresh has his face pressed against the window bars, trying to see what's happening.
So as you're moving up the hallway towards Sarlista's cage, that guard that left out to assumably go, presumably, that's the word, not assumably, presumably go check out what was happening upstairs, comes back, and you can see, everything is still very brightly lit, so you're able to see that he is not right. His face is pale. His face is pale. Features are sunken in. You know that not even 12 seconds ago, this was a person who was very full of life. His clothing is sagging on his form. He reaches out desiccated hands, and he is clutching at a shriveling throat, and he falls to his knees. As you watch him fall, his eyeballs dry out and collapse into his skull, which no longer has any, you're basically watching life drain from him. His eyes dry out, collapse back into a skull where there had once, not even half a second ago, been eyes and lips and everything. The teeth in the skull are starting to brown and decay. And in just a few more seconds it takes for him to completely die. You see you can see his last breath scatter ashes from what would assumably be his remains, and all that's left there is a skeleton in a guard's uniform.
Well, if that's the case, I'm looking for any kind of spirit that could have been attacking him, since I knew that there was something ghostly going on here. And if I see that the coast is clear.
How far up do you go? Are you just looking up the hallway?
I mean, I'm going to try and get the keys off of his body, if possible.
Okay. So as you go up to the end of this hallway,
Mm-hmm.
coming from, come on, roll 20.
And I'm being stealthy too, like just.
Yeah, sure. So as you come up here, in this room, you see 6 shadows. They're really barely visible to you in the darkness, but being a drow, you have a special kind of attachment with the darkness, so you're able to kind of discern how shadows move, and these are definitely not moving like that. Sergeant Cardai is there, back in there for whatever reason. And they seem to be passing over him. And they are all heading straight into your hallway.
Okay, she's gonna see that and go shit.
That's
shit.
going to be where we take our break.
No.
Ah!
I need to go put kiddos to bed. So it'll be about a 10-15 minute break. So thank you everyone who has been hanging out with us so far. I apologize for my technical difficulties, making things run a little bit slower. But I hope you guys stick around and we'll be back soon. As soon as Greg takes us out. And come back and hang out with us and chat and continue donating and having fun with us and listening.
1 minute.
And celebrating me.
Keep going 1 minute.
Yeah. I guess
Oh.
I should have warned Greg about that before. I just dropped that on him. Yeah.
So
I don't know.
So
what
what's coming up, Pete?
Anyway.
Yeah,
What's
Pete,
coming
what's
up?
coming up?
Coming up.
we're out.
Oh.
Oh,
All right.
man.
Cool. I will be back.
Me too.
Jen, I think we're alive.
Cool. So hi guys, welcome back. Sorry, I was waiting for Peter's usual voice, and we're back, or Greg's voice, whatever. While I was reading this. So yeah, welcome back everybody. We are in the middle of our first chapter of Queen of the Shadows. Our adventuring party full of evil and chaotic neutral, or I guess evil and neutral aligned characters find themselves inside the renowned prison of Meldoc. For various reasons. They have been here for about a week, being subjected to abuse from evil corrupted guards, like the Sergeant Cardai, who has taken a special liking to our Tabaxi Sarlista. Our drow warlock has managed to pick a lock and get out of her cage, out of her cell during the middle of an attack, which finds her face to face with 6 shadows that she just witnessed, basically draining the life out of one of the guards that was on duty in her area. And we'll pick back up with Mirage's reaction to that.
So she'll see that and she'll be like, shit, and cast invisibility on herself.
Where is she at? Is she still in this doorway?
Yeah, she's still in the doorway.
Doesn't work.
Son of a bitch.
That also
Do
means
I
that
lose the spell slot?
Yes, you lose the spell slot.
Oh, wait. Apparently it doesn't take one of my things. According to... Oh, except I can't use it again. Damn. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go... Is this where... I can't see inside the cells because the door thing. Is this where... What's her name is? Or Salista. Sorry, Salista.
Yeah. Sarlista is here on your left.
Okay.
Ruel is on your right.
You kind of just see Sarlisa kind of curled in a ball.
Sarlista, if you don't want to die in that cell, you need to get up and pick this lock with these lock picks.
All right. And I'll slowly, gingerly try to get up and take the ribs and try to pick my lock.
All right, and then I'm going to run back to my cell, and right in between, I'm assuming in the hallway, is the rib that failed to get to me the first time. So I'll take that and I'll go to, I'm horrible with names, guys. I'm so sorry. Koresh, and be like, do you have the other rib that was this size?
Here you go.
Okay. And then she'll take the rib and she'll go here and she'll hand the 2 lockpicks and she'll be like, if you want a chance, well, here's your chance.
I'll take them. Let's give it a shot.
And then I'm going to try and find a shadow somewhere. Is there a shadow somewhere?
So they have started coming down the hallway towards you. When you were doing your like trying to call your packed magic, your packed weapon, you could tell that that the magic was calling you on the other side of these shadows. Not sure where, but you could just feel that that connection kind of pulling you up past them. But there are shadows now filling down this hallway.
I know, and I have no idea how to get past them because invisibility doesn't work in the freaking hallway. Should have thought of that.
Technically, you could use your action to disengage, so you don't provoke any opportunity attacks.
That's true. All right, so 5, 10, 15, 25.
Just try to walk through them.
All right. So 5, 10, 15. Oh. And she'll see one right in front of her and she's just kind of gonna walk through it. 25, 30.
So you can, as you walk through them, you hear this noise. It drowns out everything. Any screams, anything that any of the other prisoners in your cell or in your cell block are yelling at you or anything. Everything is drowned out. You can barely hear yourself thinking. You can barely feel your own racing heart against your ribs. All you feel is this dark, inky blackness over top of you, this screaming noise in your head as you are heading towards the magic of your packed weapon, and you manage to get through them unscathed.
Okay. And I believe I stopped right where the body is, so I'm going to try and reach down and get the keys.
Yeah, you can do that.
All right. So I'll reach down, pull out the keys, and I'll throw them into the hallway.
All right. We will go ahead and I'm going to do an initiative roll. I'll do group initiative here, but it not necessarily. You can do whatever you want on your turn, but it's going to be so that everyone can figure out. We can go in order to figure out what everyone is doing.
So we're rolling initiative.
Yeah, but I'm going to roll it for everyone. So just give me a second.
Do I feel my magic coming back when I stepped into this bigger room?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Did I pick the lock with the 21?
Yes, you are able. Is that with that advantage?
Yeah, that was an advantage I got.
Okay. Then yes, you are able to pick the lock this time.
Then
There we go.
I believe Lance rolled a nat 20, assuming that's who this name is.
Yes. John Durrell Tuek Thrum.
Yeah, like I gotta try to pronounce that. And Mirage, you said you threw the keys?
Mm-hmm. And so they should be in the hallway.
All right, so once I'm out of the cell, I would have picked up the keys and unlock everybody else out.
Okay, well, we're gonna do this in initiative order first.
Okay.
That's why we did the initiative.
Yeah.
We just went ahead and let Mirage kind of start the chain of events, basically like a surprise round or whatever. And then now we're gonna go ahead and jump into our initiative order.
Oh, I'm gonna die.
Let's see, 40 feet. So this first shadow is going to. Where are you? All right, so this first shadow is going to leak through, if I can figure out which one it is, because it's not highlighting it right now. Why is it not highlighting who's on? Here we go. Okay. So this first shadow is going to move down through the hallway and is going to ink through Sarlista's door And again, Sir Lista, you are engulfed in inky, oily blackness. Being a more neutrally aligned character, you are going to, it's going to try and drain your strength. So that is going to be a 17 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
It's going to be 15 points of damage. And your your strength is reduced. Your strength score is reduced 4. Does that make sense?
It's gone down from a +1 to a -3.
Okay. So this lasts until your next rest. There's no way it has level awaken. No. So that will last until you get another rest, and that will be its turn. Kardai has been trying to swing at these things. Mirage, you see him swinging at these things. He's not doing a ton of damage, and they're doing the same thing. The shadows are definitely engulfing him, but instead of leaving behind a dried out skeleton like the guard previously, they do the same thing that they did over you, and they just kind of slip and slide off of you. So he notices that they kind of do that and leave him alone, and he is going to nope the fuck out. And he goes through this, he opens up the secret door that's over here and starts fleeing, starts running away. And then it's going to be Mirage's turn again. Mirage's turn, first official turn.
Seeing that secret door open, she knows that this guy knows the way out. She's going to follow him.
All right.
15, 25, 30.
Yeah, I think he probably went farther than he was really able to, but he was, yeah.
Okay. And if she'll try to call her packed weapon to her.
And this time it works.
Oh, thank God.
You want to tell us what your packed weapon looks like as it comes flinging through the darkness? It comes flinging out of down the hallway, and it goes in between light and shadow from the torches.
Mm-hmm. So it's it appears as this short sword made out of this dark metal, and has kind of a hilt that looks very like organic and like flame, not in color but in shape, and it lands in her hand.
Very nice. Is there anything else that you'd like to do this turn?
Action, move. Don't have a bonus action that works right now, so no.
Okay. All right. So Emilian's down here in this cell. He's just yelling, "What's happening? What's going on up there?" That will basically be his turn. What's this? What is this? Quill. Your
Am I
name's not
still
showing
locked up?
on here. Yeah, you haven't done anything to free yourself, and no one has freed you, so yes.
Okay, I'll take 30 feet of movement and just walk around my cell.
All right. This shadow wherever it is. The next shadow is going to go into Ruel's cage, or cage. Does the same thing. Fills up the whole area. Covers Ruel in complete darkness. You also hear the screaming and the icky feeling that it gives you, but it doesn't do anything to you. Sarlista. You currently have a shadow attacking you.
Yeah, but I know I can't use any key points. So I might have to take an attack of opportunity. Yeah. For some reason I can only see my actual cell on roll 20.
You what?
So on my roll 20, I can only see my own where my character is, and I can't see everyone else's. So
Yeah, that's
It
the
just goes
dynamic
indoors.
lighting.
Yeah.
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 So risking the attack of opportunity, I'm gonna get out of my cell, grab the keys, and unlock Ruel.
Okay,
Cell.
so it's going to take that attack of opportunity, and that's a 9 plus 4. So a 13 to hit.
That misses.
All right. So then you are able to, broken bodied, but still as agile as a cat. What kind of cat are you supposed to be?
Snow leopard.
A snow leopard? So as agile and silent as a snow leopard is, you're able to get around, and you want to go open Ruel's cage, and you're able to do that. But right in front of the door that you're opening is another shadow.
Oh,
So
lovely.
is that it for Sarlista? I don't know why the shadow is so large. I'm sorry. Let me fix that.
How much movement would I have used?
10 feet.
I think I would then go toward the next, use some more of my movement because I have like 45 feet of movement to get to the next cage or next cell. I guess Garish is still locked up,
Yeah, yes.
so I would move toward his cell.
Yay!
That'll be my turn.
All right. It is the next shadow's turn. And this shadow, so Sarlista, you're in front of Koresh's cage now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to stealth in the corner. 14.
You're a 7-foot creature in a 5 by 5.5 box.
Yeah,
It's
but
not working.
bugbears have proficiency in stealth.
Yeah, but a flashlight in a black box can't hide.
I tried.
That makes sense. So, so this shadow is coming down with the intention of going into Koresh's cage, but sees Sarlista there. So Sarlista,
Happy birthday to me.
I warned you about not being evil.
I know.
So it's only a 9 to hit you.
That's I just go, nope.
All right. And it continues to move past and through you and into Koresh's.
Would I technically get an attack of opportunity?
It's moving through you, but it's going to be like right in between you guys. So no, it doesn't move through each.
Okay.
And I moved in between. I moved you instead. So let me just fix that.
Jen, apparently Greg wants control of the shadows and the guards.
So he can see,
There-
probably.
There are literally hundreds of shadows and hundreds of guards in this map. So I don't know how he wants me to do that.
I don't know. I think it's so that everyone can see it on stream just once.
You can see it on stream.
Yeah, you can see
Yeah.
it's fine. Mhm.
Yeah, we can see it on stream fine.
I think he just wants to move the shadows. I think he just wants to play. I think he just wants to be the NPCs just because my Roll20 is not working so well.
Yeah, probably.
But there's literally
Oh.
hundreds and
He
hundreds.
wants
So
he wants to be the Amanda.
But there's literally
Amanda.
hundreds of all these things. Let me see if I can fix them. Okay, so anyway, so the next shadow goes. And I'm really not trying to pick on you, Vanessa, but it wants to go in all the cells, and you're in the middle. Well, I guess
I thought I was being attacked.
no, it can only attack once
Oh,
per
okay.
round, and yeah, so at least it was there first. So it's actually going to.
They can't just go past me.
They're shadows. Shadows don't go past anything; they land on you.
Yeah.
So then this shadow is actually going to go because Quill is standing here in the middle of the hallway. Why is Quill standing in the middle of the hallway?
He's not in the hallway. He's in the cage.
He's
Greg's
right here.
moving everybody.
Oh, you
around.
said you
He's
came
moving
out
me
of the
back and
cage.
forth.
No, because he hasn't been released yet.
Oh.
Oh, did I pass? Oh. See, I can't tell. I thought.
So he said he was doing 30 feet of movement inside here. Okay, so then he's not going to go for Quill. It's going to go after Sarlise.
He can if he wants to. Go for Quill. That's fine.
Quill's not there. Quill's not standing in the hallway before.
We'll open the door for him. Let him come in. Come on in.
So it's a 19 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
So that's 4 necrotic damage. And your strength is reduced by 2 points.
So I'm at -5. Goody.
What's your what is your
Whoa. Go.
what's your strength score right now?
It's
Hey,
normally a
2.
+1.
No, not your modifier, your strength
Oh.
score.
Oh, score. It was a 12 originally.
Oh.
It went down by 4? So that's 8.
And
it
then
went by 2, so it's 6.
Okay.
Good
Okay.
thing I'm a dexterity-based monk.
Won't really matter here in a minute. Koresh. Sorry. So this shadow is going to continue moving through Sarlista, and then it's going to spill into Quill's cell. And then it's going to be Koresh's turn.
Well, Koresh can only lash out with an unarmed strike at this shadow. Can
Okay.
it actually? Is it possible to be hit with an unarmed strike?
You can certainly try.
I certainly can. Uh, 22 to hit and 4 points of damage. Ooh.
So you do definitely, while it does look like, So while it does look like it is actually like shadow, you can tell it does have some substance to it. Your fist doesn't connect quite as hard, or your claw, whatever you're using, doesn't connect quite as hard as it normally would. But you definitely feel your claw snag on something and do a little something.
Do I get any blood out of it?
No blood, just some more inky darkness spills out of it.
Okay, that is all I can do. So that is my turn.
All right. Okay, sorry. So it is Ruel's turn.
Okay, I'm going to step outside of my now opened gel
Oh,
door,
well, you have a shadow in front of you.
and I'm just going to wave at it. I'm going to step out, and I'm going to just turn toward Sarlista Tabaxi. If you want to get out of here, you have to embrace the darkness.
Yes.
Think of every evil thought that you've wanted to do.
Oh my
The
god, it is
guards.
Kermit.
The guards that have beat you, the captain who ridiculed you, and think about every evil thing you want to do with them. Let the shadows be with you, and they will not harm you. And I'll nod, and I will just casually start walking the direction that Mirage ran off to.
Right. And so she started moving.
The dark side. I was avoiding using that line on purpose.
Sorry.
Your Lance. We believe.
Sorry,
you.
Greg.
I don't even know what you guys are talking about. So as oh yeah. So as you guys are am I saying it right? It's Ruel, right?
Ruel. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. I keep thinking of, I don't know. So yeah, as you are following what you presume to be where she took off from, you're stepping over skeletal remains of some of the guards. You have no idea. They're all skeletons by this point. You have no idea which ones they were.
Mm-hmm. I'll just stop and grab a dagger on my way, just trying, not in any hurry, just using my 30 feet of movement just to get me closer to out of this hall.
All right.
So wherever
So
that puts me.
Yeah. So you see this door over here that's kind of left on. Looked like it was at one point a secret door that has hinges that was left open, and you can very easily hear the running footsteps of what you assume are Mirage and potentially the sergeant if you saw him.
Okay. Yeah, then I'll just slowly start making my way down through that passage.
This says it's this guy's turn. Oh yeah, that's the guy who did. He did. This shadow is going to go ahead and encompass Quill. For a 15.
Well, it's chaotic evil. Does it matter?
Oh, he is chaotic evil. Okay, so it's gonna try to. It's gonna do the whole inky blackness all around you, and it does nothing to. Wait, are you chaotic evil? I thought you said that you were chaotic neutral.
Nope. I changed to chaotic evil yesterday.
Did you tell me you changed to chaotic evil?
Yeah.
Did you?
Insight
What did I
check.
say?
Yes.
Yeah, insight check. Jen on Dave.
Go ahead.
Oh, I changed too.
Peter, I know you fucking didn't.
Liar!
I know it. All right, cool. All right, so chaotic evil, yeah. Then you do not succumb to any of the Gris.
You know why?
I don't want to know. Shut up. We're on to Sergeant Cardai. Why, Dave?
That's okay.
No, go ahead. You wanted to tell the
Don't
joke?
tell her.
Okay,
She
go.
hates it when you don't tell her stuff.
He knows.
Because I put the romance in necromance.
Sergeant Cardai is just going to be taking off as fast as he can with his 60 feet of movement.
Is that fast?
He's dashing. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So he gets up to the second floor. And Mirage.
All right. So she's got the scary blade, and she wants this guy to lead her to her stuff, or rather, she wants her stuff. So she'll dash after him. But yeah, in general, she's just going to follow him out. And unfortunately, I do have to sign off here.
Yes, this is going to be where we say goodnight to Steph, and it actually works out that she's running out of the prison following this evil captain of the guard trying to get her stuff back. So
Night,
thanks for hanging out
Steph.
with us, Stephanie.
Night, Steph. Thank you for coming.
Before you leave, do you want to? I forgot about your podcast. You want to?
Yeah, so Literati Medium, it's my YouTube channel where I talk about books and things. So you can check
We'll
me out
link it
there.
in the Discord later.
All
after this
right.
session. So, cool. Thanks
Sounds
for hanging out,
good.
Steph.
All right. Thanks,
Steph.
guys. Bye. Greg's gonna be mad at me because I'm about to mess up the screen. Sorry,
He
Greg.
knows.
He's listening.
He's listening. He'll be prepared after he curses us all.
Look at that. We're perfect. Oh, wait.
There's a delay. Pete.
Ah!
So anyway,
We will go ahead and take them out of the.
Whoa. Well, that's interesting.
Emilian is still down here, shaking. He saw the shadow crawl through the small bars in Quill's, and he's shaking. Let me out of here! Let me out of here! And then it is Quill's turn.
Still locked up, right?
Still locked up.
Um,
And you have a shadow in front of you.
hello, Shadow, my old friend.
oh no, I'll try to seduce the shadow.
If you can role play me out how you try to seduce a shadow.
I'm gonna say to the shadow, do you know how to cast dream? Because I'm sure I'll see you in mine tonight.
And are you trying to? I don't even
I'm trying to pick up a shadow, okay?
roll a persuasion check
here.
then.
He does have advantage.
I'm going to use it.
With an advantage.
You
17.
two-timer. You two-timer, you've already got a shadow.
It's fine.
So a 17, the shadow that was trying to encompass you, it backs off a little bit
Yes.
because it thinks you're weird.
Yep. I like when they play hard to get.
This shadow.
I'm sorry,
Someone's gonna
Vanessa. I'm not
die
trying to kill you
later.
for your birthday.
What?
I'm not trying to kill you for your birthday. I'm sorry.
You said that just as I took a sip and it went down the wrong pipe.
Roll the d4. You take damage for that.
Psychic damage, apparently.
So this shadow comes out of what was Ruel's cell. And again, Sarlista is the one in the hallway that it sees. So here it comes.
Or Starlista.
I accept my fate.
A 14.
Nope.
All right. Right on. Then it moves 5, 10, 15, 20. Yep.
Yeah, Bjorn, guys. D&D player dies during real game.
So this guy is going to come down, slip inside Emilian's cage. I said cell the right way once. Slips into Emilian's cell first, and you hear Emilian screaming. Starlista.
Sarlista.
You need to have a tilde on the I then.
Well, I can't really do that.
Not tilde. What's that thing called? The little.
Yeah, I know the
Accent.
No, it has a word. It has a name.
it has a name. I can't
Anyway.
think of it. Anyway, yeah. I'm hearing Quill getting freaky with a shadow, so I'm just like, yeah, gonna leave that one alone. So I'm gonna unlock Garesh, tell him to unlock the other, and then I'm gonna use my movement and start running toward where what's his face that beat me up, because I need to inflict a lot of pain on him.
Okay, so
And then-
you were in front of Koresh's cage, correct? Or
Yeah.
kennel.
The cat. Well, yeah. Yes.
Appropriate.
I'm gonna
So-
use my because I had the keys. I'm gonna use my action to unlock his door, and I'm gonna use my movement.
Okay,
And
there's a shadow here in front of you, so you'll get an attack of opportunity.
yeah, fuck it, I don't care.
It misses.
I just like slap the hand away, and then I'm gonna use my movement and my racial ability to move 90 feet
Okay, move
after
yourself there.
Kadardi.
All right, so go ahead and move your token that way.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can only see so much of the map, so. Oh.
So as you come up to this room, you can kind of see over here, there was a hidden door that was swung open, but there's also a shadow here. So you'll also get an attack of opportunity if you choose to move through him or around him.
Yep. Well, wait, hold on. Have I gotten to the point where I would be
Yes.
able to use my key point?
Once you get out into this area where you are right now, you do feel a reconnection with your magic.
Okay. So in that case, I'm going to spend a key point to do Step of the Wind and disengage.
Gotcha.
So no more attacks of opportunity against me
For this turn.
for this turn.
All right.
Just curious, did you leave the keys in the hallway?
I did.
Okay.
That's my turn.
All right. So then you're moving through. It's all attacks of opportunities, or okay, cool. So then you're moving through Ruel, this hallway, these two shadows up into this area. Let me see.
Yep.
I can probably.
So
All right.
whatever the full
And-
90 feet.
All right. So you are well on your way, following the footsteps, following the sounds, and the panicked breathing of Kardai. You're able to be following your way out.
Yep. So as I pass Ruel, I was like, on your left. And just run past him.
See. Five. Okay, so it's this shadow's turn that's in front of Koresh. And he's going to go ahead and make his attack against Koresh. And that's a natural 20, ladies and gentlemen.
Joy.
For anyone who's ever played with me being a DM, the way I like to do it is for a nat 20 is max damage plus whatever I roll. So automatically that's going to be 16 plus. So 30 points of necrotic damage to Koresh.
Did you rage?
Nope.
We told you, bonus, first thing you do on your turn, bonus action rage.
First time playing a Barbie.
And your strength score is reduced by 7 points.
7 points?
Mhm.
This game is rigged. Okay.
And that will be its turn.
-7.
I love Greg. He's like, embrace the darkness? No, monk moves.
No what?
No, monk moves.
What shadow is this?
Okay. Ow.
All right. That shadow is moving 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Moving towards Koresh's cage. And gets here with plenty of movement. Who knew shadows can move so far? It also takes an attack.
I had my fun. It's your turn, Pete.
So that is a 10. Make
That misses.
sure. Okay, cool. So then that is its turn, and Koresh, it's your turn. You have 2 shadows in front of you.
My door is open now, right?
It's open.
Koresh is going to dodge out the door and invoke an opportunity attack, but hey, at least I'll see something now.
2 of them. You'll get 2 opportunity attacks.
Yep. Well, actually, hold on now. I'm still next to one of them. I'm not.
Oh, well, how far out were you moving? You just moving out into the hallway?
Yeah.
And that's it. That's as far as you're gonna go. Tell me what you're gonna do.
I am going to. What's my move? Oh,
What would Koresh do?
Koresh would step out of the cell, then turn back and attack the closest one to him. So, because he's not real smart. Then he rolls a 6. Then he's going to turn and run.
I
Okay.
hope you at least left
Then-
the keys for Quill.
Oh, hold on. Which cell is he in? I can't tell.
He's over here in this cage.
Behind you.
I'll swipe up the keys and toss them in through the bars on his door window. And say, you're
so
on
you
your
can
own.
You can either make the check to throw the keys in as your action, or you can attack the shadow.
Well, I'll definitely throw the keys in.
Okay.
I don't
go
know where to
ahead.
go, though.
Okay, well then go ahead and well, so you're gonna go ahead and take. Okay, so you are leaving your cell, turning.
Yeah.
Okay. So then you are gonna take the 2 attacks of opportunity.
Yes.
Okay, so the first one's gonna miss with a 8, and the second one hits with an 18.
My armor class is 19.
Your armor class is not 19.
Oh. Can I throw the keys in before I lose strength points? Because I may not be able to lift the keys at this rate.
Nope. Are you moving away from them first, or are you moving to the door first?
I moved to his cell.
Okay, then you're gonna take the opportunity attack first. You're gonna take 7 points of necrotic damage,
Oh, that could have been worse.
and you're gonna take a 2 more points off of your strength modifier. And as you come down this hallway and throw the as you come down this hallway, you're just sticking the keys inside the door,
Yes.
and you hear Emilian screaming from the cage across directly. So Quill is in the cage to your left, and Emilian is in the cage to your right. And you hear him screaming in a shadow inside there.
I put the keys into Quill's cage.
Okay. And then you take off.
Yep. Well,
Okay.
no, I stay right there because I don't want another opportunity attack. I would have to
Oh.
run north, right?
Right, yeah. All right. So then, anything else for you to do, Koresh?
That's
before we
it.
go on? Okay, Ruel, I assume you're just running out?
Yep, that's all I'm doing. I'm not running. I'm just walking.
You're strolling out.
Yeah, I'm
Super
enjoying
casual.
the scene.
Yeah. Yeah, all of the drained bodies of
Mhm.
people that, while they didn't torment you exactly, you have no doubt that they have earned their
Yeah.
flight.
Yeah, I mean, I have a feeling that everyone deserves what is coming to them, and so I am just slowly using this as a way to cover my escape.
So we're up to this shadow, which is on the other side of Koresh. It had no interest in Quill, but it has all the interests in Koresh. So it's going
Thanks.
to morph back out through the bars and take a attack against you. Did it roll?
Yeah, 2.
Oh, okay. That's not going to hit. It's at the 6. And it stays hiding over top of you.
Over top of Koresh?
Yeah, it tries to engulf you in its darkness. And while it does not do any damage to you, you are engulfed in its darkness. But you can still see through it. It's not like the dark spell or darkness spell or anything like that.
Okay.
It's just like if you were living inside of a shadow and everything looks real muted. Emilian, turn. So you kind of hear his screaming dying down. And then he just says, "Oh, what the fuck?" And then it's Quill's turn.
Okay, the keys are in there with me right now.
Yep.
Do I seduce him again, or do I unlock the door? I'm not sure.
Well,
Let me
it
ro-
left you.
Let me roll a d4 and I'll decide.
The D2.
Oh, I'm going to unlock the door.
Chuck.
And I'm going to walk out. Can I walk out?
Yeah, you can walk out. And well, you have a 7-foot you can stand basically between Koresh and the shadow, but Koresh is effectively blocking majority of the hallway.
I'm big.
Yeah, I'm going to snuggle up to Koresh, and I'm going to hit on the shadow again because it's here. I'm going to say, I'm 6'2", 185 pounds, but I wish I were a halfling because I'd be lucky to have you. Can I do persuasion as a free action?
Sure.
And I'm going to use an advantage too, just because it's the end of the night.
Oh, 25 and 24.
Yes! I'm going home with the shadow tonight.
Among other
Luck
things.
be a lady. Anyway. All
I
right.
don't know where these shadows have been.
By
Oh,
your
good.
mom.
Inky good stuff.
Where is this shadow? So the shadow that is inside Emilian's cage senses the good and life-bearing form of Koresh.
Come on.
Hmm?
You're picking on me now.
Nope, I warned you about not being an evil character. And that is a 19 to hit.
It hits.
His armor class went up before. It's now 20.
That is... Oops. 6 plus... I only rolled 1d6.
And you didn't rage again, did you?
Nope.
I haven't had a turn to rage. And
Yeah, you
no.
did. When you...
You've had 2 turns where you could have raged.
So that's 11 points of necrotic damage to Koresh.
Well, rage doesn't protect against necrotic anyways. How many points?
Yes,
Yes, it does.
It does.
It gives you resistance to everything but psychic.
Oh,
So it's 11 points of necrotic damage and 4 points off your strength score.
Are you dead yet?
no.
3
Close.
turns left. 3, right?
Mm.
I have 6 points left. I'm at a -2.
So you got a 16 minus 7.
16 minus 7 is 9.
Minus
3
3
minus another 3.
is 6. So you're done like 3 of a strength score.
I have a -10 right now
Yeah.
on the
No, not the bonus. We're talking about the straight up strength.
yeah, I
score.
know. I have she's deducted 10 points from my strength.
So you're at 6.
You're at 6 points. So you're at 6 strength score.
If you go down to 0,
we'll see what happens. Sarlista, you are continuing to run out, no problem.
yep. I like
As
it.
you are,
Am I getting close to seeing him?
yeah. So far, you've been using just your monk stuff and your racial stuff, and if
Yeah.
you're using key points, yeah, you have no problem catching up to Kardai.
Yeah. As soon as I catch up to
Well,
him.
you would have no issue. Make me a perception check to see if you can figure out which way he went. Just because there are skeletons everywhere that you're looking. It's just a fairly terrible sight to see. It looks like a mix of prisoners in the prison garb, similar to yours, that have been turned to skeleton. There are guards. The higher that you get out of the dungeon, there are guards also lying as skeletons. Even some, and as you get up to the higher levels, like where normal business citizens would be, you see just piles of skeletons of citizens, admins, and whatnot. There are a handful of guards and a handful of people. Most of the inmates seem to not be affected by these shadows.
Yeah, as she's been running, she's kind of been shoving aside her own feelings and focusing on getting the bastard who decided to beat the shit out of her.
All right. So with that, with 18, you're able to tell which direction he's going, and follow him up and out of this building. This shadow also feels the life force of Koresh. And 23 to hit Koresh. For 5 points of necrotic damage. And 3 more points off your strength modifier. Or off your strength score.
Okay, 3 points of damage.
For 5 points of necrotic damage, 3 points off of your strength score.
I'll just have you know, you actually 1 point away from the lowest I've ever gotten somebody with a shadow before. So you could break that record tonight.
Is that Shadow's
Oh,
turn?
you know what? D&D Beyond is not deducting any more than 10 points from my strength. That's what the problem is.
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure you're down to 3 points. Pretty sure you're down to a strength score of 3.
There we go.
Yes.
Actually, I think I'm dead. Because the math wasn't adding up, and it was because I was doing the modifier in D&D Beyond, and it wouldn't let me deduct more than 10, and I didn't realize it. So I think they were right. I was down to 2, and then 3 points gets me a -1 on strength.
Well, if you're a barbarian,
Score.
you can disbelieve, and it didn't really happen. So it's only 10 to 3.
So with that hit, you guys see this giant bugbear creature lose all strength in his limbs,
Mommy.
and he
Quill, you don't
goes
want to see it.
down. Go ahead and roll me a 1d4, Peter.
A 1d4.
Please roll a 4. Please roll a 4. Please roll a 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yes!
What's a 4 mean?
That is how many hours it will be until Koresh rises up as a bugbear shadow.
You cursed me.
I'm coming back for you, baby. Don't worry.
Oh, thank God I got out of there when I did.
Well, on the bright side, they're not going to attack me anymore.
And also with you going down, we can exit our initiative order. The folks that are still in the dungeon with the shadows dissipate, go off in search of more living creatures to suck the life of. Quill, you are in the hallway. You have a dead bugbear at your feet, and you have Emilian that is in the cage still, in his cell still, and you have the keys.
Okay, I will unlock the door with my action. And my free action, I'm going to lay down on the bugbear rug seductively.
Emilian looks at you. What are you doing, man? Did you not just see the madness? Was that not someone that you just knew 2 minutes ago, and you just watched the life drain from him, and now you sit on top of his body?
Chaotic evil. It's all good.
Even I'm not that disrespectful of life. And as he does that, he's like going through like the dead guard stuff, like going through his pockets. He's just kind of, and Emilian's just looking around. He gets up to this front room, kind of foyer area. Goes across to this open, goes up to this door that leads into another room, and that has all of your stuff that was taken from all of you guys. He starts going through it and picking out little bits and pieces of all of y'all's stuff. And he shouts back down the hallway, "Well, are you going to sit on that bear all day?"
Nope, I'm going to go up there and I'll take the bear stuff too.
I don't have any stuff. Unless you want to drag my corpse with you.
No, you got your stuff taken away from you. It was confiscated. I'm going to take your box of stuff.
Oh.
And with that, if you guys want to make your way out of these dungeons, you're more than capable of doing it. There's not many guards left to stop you. The few that are still in the general populous area, they booked it. They were not about it. As you guys follow the same path back up and out of the Judiciary's Hall, out on the front steps. You come out on the front steps. It's pitch black, and in front of you, you can see nothing but skeletons, people that were caught fleeing from these dark shadows lie in the streets. It's obvious, it's easy to tell that there are full families. There are remains of animals, horses, dogs, cats, as you move farther out into the streets. And there's just a eerie silence. The only thing that you hear are your own footsteps and the flicker of torches. And the entire city of Medrock appears to have succumbed to the attack of these shadows. And that's where we will end tonight.
Did I ever catch up to him, the Cardi?
Eventually, but we'll play it out in part 2.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so thank you guys for hanging out with us. Vanessa, I hope it was an enjoyable time. It was great for me. My first character death. That's cool.
I'm glad it wasn't me.
Well, I did tell Vanessa that I would lay down my life for her.
He did, actually. He did.
I did say that as a factoid.
That is fact.
Yeah.
I haven't had a character death yet.
Well, you came close.
We can change that. I can change that really easily.
No. That's why I just knocked on wood. No.
I'm pretty sure Arabella has made enemies of some very powerful vampires who may eventually come back.
Maybe
there's also kind of a necromancer after her.
Yep. So be sure to check out That Crazy Adventure, where Lance is our DM and Vanessa plays her ranger Arabella, who is fighting some vampires of some sort. That's going to be on D&D Play 20 on the 14th.
No. Let's correct that before we don't get anybody misinformation. Yora and the Bar Parade is August 14th.
24th.
So
I need to look at my calendar.
No, we don't actually have a date set for that one yet. I was going through all of our stuff. So yes, Yora and the Bard Parade will be the 14th. August 14th will be the finale of that wonderful story. And then sometime in late August, early September will be the third episode of Kinkari and Arabella and Sazi. Mm-hmm.
And hopefully Sazi will actually be here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I hope so too.
We've been posting, we posted some, a calendar in Save versus Save Discord and on D&D Play 20. So make sure that you are following and hanging out with us there on the Discord. It's a super great community with lots of great people, great opportunities to join in one-shots, and just hang out and chill with some really great, cool people. Tomorrow night on D&D Play 20 is our Dragons of a Winter Storm campaign, where half of us here are in. Next week, it'll on saveVSgames, it'll be a Nesca one-shot, and then us again the week after, and then Curse of Strahd is back.
And Candlekeep on D&D Play 20 on the 5th.
And me doing Candlekeep on D&D Play 20 on the 5th, which may not be a Candlekeep. Girl. I know. Why do you think I made the schedule? And I don't even know what I made the schedule. I don't know what the schedule is. So
that's why you guys rarely see me.
So thank you everyone who hung out and donated watcher points and hung out with us in chat. Share our Twitch link. We technically have a Save versus Instagram. I don't think it's very active yet, but we are on there. And we
and YouTube.
Me too. What?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
We're on YouTube.
YouTube. I think it said YouTube. I was like, so with that, we will go ahead and say good night and thank you, and we will see everyone later.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Good life. And we're still here. And don't forget.
Yeah, anything else?
Yeah, Out of the Abyss on D&D Play 20 at
I'm
7
so
o'clock
sorry. I completely
Eastern
forgot.
time.